that is where I do my best praying.
Yeah.
It's where I do my best praying. And it's where God so clearly speaks to me. I'll give you an example. And I spoke to you about this, and we bounced off it. And you actually made shirts about this.
Yes.
I was, at a point I was questioning God, and I was saying, well, why? Why are you doing this? Where are you? Why are you allowing this? And I was really studying the life of Job. And I got to, I believe, chapter 27, where Job's had all this time speaking, and he's said everything, and he's complained to his friends, and his friends have done what they said. And God gets to a point where he lets Job finish, and then God says to Job, all right, now get ready, Job. He actually uses the word gird up thy loins. In other words, stand up straight like a man. He says, gird up thy loins as a man. Because I'm going to ask you some questions and you better answer them. And I remember sitting at Cronulla Beach in my car, and I'm telling you now, the wind and the waves, it was nuts. There was a storm outside. I've got a little two-seater S2000. Mm-hmm. It's not a very heavy car. When I'm in it, it's heavier, obviously, but it's pretty light.
Yeah.
And the wind was just blowing this thing left and right. And I'm sitting there, and I read this passage, and God says to Job, gird up thy loins like a man, because I'm going to question you, and you better answer me. And then he goes on to say, where were you when I created the world? Where were you when I set the moon in the sky? Where were you when I told the waves how far they're allowed to go? And I'm sitting there looking at the waves. And at that point in time, I went from an attitude of, God, where are you? Why is this happening to me? To, Lord, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That wouldn't have happened anywhere else. If I was in my bedroom, I don't believe that would happen.
I'm with you.
I was at my quiet time. I was at my quiet space with God, quiet place, because he wants me to get there and be alone with him.
Yeah, I'm with you, because I had something similar happen earlier this year. I was going through a really rough time.
Yeah.
And after a night talking to you about it and just getting it all out, I was finished, just completely and utterly gone. And so I had decided I'm going to go to that spot. And I hadn't been to that spot in about 2 years. It had been a very long time since I'd gone and sat in that specific spot. Yeah. And I went out there, sat there, and as I was there, I had my random playlist shuffling for Christian music. And a random song came up, and it was a song that really touched me that night and just that day and changed me. But I had a good hour and a half of just sitting, reading, and praying. And mate, I came back from that feeling like I was whole again.
Yep.
I was back.
Well, and that's the work of the Holy Spirit.
Yeah,
that's the work of the Holy Spirit. You look at people in the Bible, that's what they did. The likes of David and Solomon, and even the likes of Queen Esther, and they got alone with God. And they got alone with God for a purpose, for a reason. And that's when God really starts to work on us.
Yeah, he does. Okay.